Six-figure earners living paycheck to paycheck, and Kevin Costner's money woes after the Horizon film. Today, I read an interesting article on Yahoo Finance, written by Gabriella Olya, titled, "Why Are People Making Six Figures Living Paycheck to Paycheck?" The author of this article referenced a recent survey conducted by NerdWallet, which revealed that nearly 60% of these people are just scraping by without any savings or wiggle room for their budgets. I looked at this a little closer, and the actual percentage was 57%. That's 57% of these Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck. The good news is, 1/5 of these people said they have an emergency savings account. In another story put out by USA Today and written by Danielle DeVice, titled "Living Paycheck to Paycheck is More Common Than You Think, and It Isn't Always Bad," the author referenced a Bank of America survey which revealed the percentage of people living paycheck to paycheck rose from around 35% in 2022 to 47% in the third quarter of 2024. Here are my thoughts. Making six figures doesn't mean you aren't going to live paycheck to paycheck. It all depends on where you live, your debt obligations, your family size, and your lifestyle choices. If you make $100,000 per year and you are under the age of 50 and you want to max out your pre-tax retirement contributions for the year, that is going to leave you with just $76,500. Remove federal, state, and local taxes from that, and then subtract your rent or mortgage payments for a modest residence, and also subtract utilities, groceries for the year, fuel for the car, insurance for the car, maintenance for the car, your cell phone and internet bill, and you aren't left with much. If you have children, you might even need to use credit cards and go into debt to pay for everything they need. As you can see, earning six figures isn't what it used to be. The author of this USA Today article referenced a think tank that said 1/5 of households earning more than $150,000 per year met the definition of living paycheck to paycheck, and one possible reason why is because higher income households are more likely to own expensive homes which come with high mortgage payments. Here are my thoughts about this one. It's not just an expensive mortgage payment. When you have an expensive home, you often have high utility costs and maintenance costs. Many modern homes aren't always built well. When you need to get the roof replaced or get the exterior repainted, it is going to be expensive. Many large homes have multiple furnaces and multiple AC systems. Price one of those out these days. You'll be shocked how expensive it is. Many higher-end homes are in neighborhoods with strict HOA rules. So you are going to need to spend quite a bit of money to maintain the lawn and landscaping. A lot of people don't know how to do that themselves, or they are too busy working, so they hire someone else to do it. That isn't cheap either. Before you know it, there isn't much money left from that $150,000 per year salary. Here's the danger that I see for six-figure earners living paycheck to paycheck. If you are in this situation, you are completely dependent on your employer. If you lose your job and can't find another right away, how do you sustain your lifestyle? How do you continue making that big mortgage payment and the pricey HOA fees, along with the utilities, food, car insurance, cell phone bill, internet, etc.? In many cases, you can't, unless you have a well-funded emergency account that will get you by for 6 months to a year until you find another job. Many people lack the discipline to save for a rainy day because they are keeping up with the Joneses instead. I worry about people who spent every penny they had to purchase and finance a home at the top of the real estate market in the past couple of years. Many either depleted their cash reserves to buy the home, or they depleted their cash reserves right after they moved into the home. When you buy a new home, there are always expenses. Just because the home inspector didn't find a problem prior to buying the home doesn't mean something isn't going to break within the first month or two after you move in. Not to mention, people like to spend money on paint and new furnishings or light fixtures. Before you know it, the cash reserves are gone. What are some of these people going to do if and when the labor market weakens and unemployment spikes? You were able to pay all of the bills making $150,000 per year, but you got laid off, and the only work you can find pays $75,000 per year, and now you need to unload the new house you bought. But the real estate agent is breaking the cold hard truth to you that it isn't worth what you paid. And you will also need to pay real estate commissions and closing costs to get out of it. You can't rent it and move in with your family or your parents because the HOA doesn't allow rentals. The picture I'm painting here is something that Americans could encounter at some point in the future. It has happened before. People were put in this type of situation back in 2008 and beyond. Some Americans had no choice but to stop making mortgage payments and live in the home as long as they could until the sheriff kicked them out. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. On the topic of being in debt, I read an interesting article today on Yahoo Finance, put out by Benzinga and written by Jeff Vesashita, titled, "Kevin Costner is hoping Netflix can bail him out of his Horizon debt, or he might have to sell his $200 million property portfolio." The author said, Kevin Costner hoped that the film Horizon might emulate the success of Yellowstone, but the box office numbers failed to materialize, leaving him in a deep financial hole. He reportedly sunk $60 million of his own money into Horizon. The author said, it has had some success on Netflix, and Kevin Costner's team is hoping Netflix will pick up the remaining series to recoup the money he poured into the project. Here are my thoughts. First, I hate to hear about Kevin Costner's money woes. I hope he will be okay. I think he's a good actor, and he's been in some great movies throughout the years. I really don't think Netflix is going to invest in a sequel to Horizon if they actually watch the movie. I watched it, and I was not impressed at all. It was a really slow-moving movie, and the ending was pretty bad in my opinion. If I was an investor, I'd say it was just a fluke that people on Netflix watched it. Maybe some people who liked Yellowstone wanted to give it a chance. Maybe there wasn't anything else good on Netflix at the time. Who knows? But I can't imagine too many people finished watching that movie and thought their time was well spent. I think the box office results are likely more representative of what the public thinks about the film. Maybe I'm being overly critical of the movie. My opinion may be different than yours. I'm just some guy on YouTube with a gong. If you enjoyed the movie, let me know about it in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.